Play as many hours in the morning of video games as possible before I would be asked to stop.
What app is this, man?
My singing monster.
Get out of here, those are my singing monsters.
No, mine.
Dude,
You did.
they're my singing monsters. Don't be
even,
greedy.
You didn't even know how to breed the emperor.
I do.
All forms of content, being games, toys, merchandise, interactive content. We do it all. The idea is to build a long-term, timeless franchise.
The games that we make here at Big Blue Bubble are ones that try and inspire worlds of creativity. That's our slogan, that's our motto.
La 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 la.
Video games. You've played them, I've played them, we've all played them.
I think it's really overwhelming sometimes at how many people and lives that you touch and how many people are actually playing your game and passionate about your game, and it's a part of their daily life. And I think sometimes we forget how important that is to everybody else. And we'll get a letter or see a response, and it's really overwhelming sometimes emotionally with how integrated we are to people's lives.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Wow. Oh my God! Hold it, George, be careful. Oh my God.
And there's signs.
There's signs.
Would we have the My Singing Monsters that we have today, right? A lot has changed in games, a lot has changed in mobile games. Ultimately, what we've come up with is a really great system for a player to learn the rhythm and beat of a song.
I'm the producer here for My Singing Monsters. I have been in the industry for about 10 years. My first week at Big Blue Bubble was actually the week that My Singing Monsters launched, so I've always felt that I've kind of been in step with the game. As a kid growing up, I was in a household that didn't have a ton of disposable income for consoles, for handheld, so everything was sort of confined to PC gaming. It's the 90s, it's the shared computer kind of thing, just to play as many hours in the morning of video games as possible before I would be asked to stop. So like a pastime, it's been an interest of mine my entire life. And what's cool about making video games is it's a lot like creating a work of art, it's all about the balance between what you can accomplish technically, you know, try to express yourself creatively, and ultimately create something that you think will capture people's imaginations.
My name is Randy Vandervlag. I work at Big Blue Bubble, and here I'm a senior CG artist and the lead artist for My Singing Monsters. CG artist is an artist that creates all of the visuals that you see that goes into the game. So anything that consists of a monster, but also the backgrounds, painting up the islands, and doing buttons and interface that the players interact with. I've been playing video games since I was really little, and I always liked everything about them. The text that you would see on the screen, the animations, the characters, everything that composed of a video game. And it's just grown since then. I've always been in mobile video games my entire life, and I can't imagine myself being anywhere else.
We have multiple other games that exist in different genres, and in the last couple of years we've been experimenting with a few different avenues as well. But I think it's safe to say that My Singing Monsters is the one that really continues to creatively fulfill us as well as support the studio. One, two, three, four. Well, it's been an exciting year for My Singing Monsters. We recently surpassed 1 million subscribers on YouTube. We have over 100 million downloads across the mobile and PC storefronts, and that growth shows no signs of
A lot
stopping.
of components that go into designing, composing, animating the monster to make it feel like it really belongs in the game. Otherwise, like anybody could draw a monster and put it in the game and it just wouldn't feel quite right. So it can take like about a month for one monster to go through all the stages from like nothing to finished monster on the island.
Then, of course, when it's ready to go, we ship it out, and it's still not over because then our marketing department does an excellent job of sort of wrapping that up, contextualizing it in the broader world that we've created for My Singing Monsters and making sure that it feels like it belongs in the monster world.
Here at BBB, we have on the server direct access to just the game animations.
Bum 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 bum. Come on. Bum bum bum. Shoo it away. Bum bum bum. Shoo it away. Bum 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 bum. Come on, let's go.
My favorite thing about My Singing Monsters, I like that the message that the monsters teach is that, you know, you don't necessarily have to be great at something, but like once you start working together, you can kind of like build it up. So, you know, promote teamwork,
For me, it's the information behind the monsters and where they come from and their favorite things and the world.
The design of the monsters themselves. There's so many different designs. There's a huge ecological system of all different walks of life.
My favorite thing about My Singing Monsters is the super supportive community and how positive everyone is.
The monsters. The fan art.
The lore. The universe is wide and vast.
My favorite thing, Rare Gob is my favorite thing about My Singing Monsters. I love Rare Gob.
The music. I love the music. All the music.
The wide variety of monsters. We keep trying to make new monsters all the time and doing better than what we did last time, and it's just great coming up with even more ideas and more monster creations for everyone to see.
The community. It is so supportive and uplifting, and I love seeing all the creativity that comes from the awesome minds of the My Singing Monsters community.
I do.
The Monster Handlers secretly invited some familiar voices to the Big Blue Bubble studio.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the sound design team lead and one of the composers on My Singing Monsters.
Hi, I'm Dylan, and I'm also a sound designer and composer for My Singing Monsters.
Hi, I'm Maggie. I've been around since the very beginning. At the time, I was a full-time teacher, but I popped in here and there and wrote the original tutorial and the original monster descriptions and did a whole bunch of the voices.
And I'm Dave Kerr. I was also around from the beginning, wrote a bunch of songs, and I'm pretty sure you've heard my voice in the game many, many times.
In the beginning, we just started playing with sounds and voices. We didn't there weren't characters already developed. We were just going through our vocal ranges, doing everything we could do, the weirdest sounds we could think of, and Dave put them together and gave the sound to the artist. And I think that was Chris Elliott at the time, wasn't it? That he was given the original sounds and drew the monsters to go with the sounds.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think the personality of the monsters and in that the sort of imperfection, trying to stay true to that monsters universe, you know, as we're expanding and making new islands and things like that. But also the element of expand the universe and not necessarily repeat what's been done before. It's always sort of a balancing act of staying true to the what gives the game its personality, why people love it so much, you know. But also trying to venture out into new territory and new, I guess, genres, so to speak. I feel like it always ends up being monstery if we have people with unique voices doing, you know, injecting their personality into it. And even the instrumental monsters, we try to sort of give some sense of uniqueness, like you said, you know, whether it's through processing or just the way the part is composed, this sort of interplay between those elements.
I think part of it too, when we started, is it was a lot of fun, and I know you had a lot of fun too, is pushing our voices to the maximum and learning what we could do with our voices. It wasn't like trying to play a piece of music or sing a song according to a piece of sheet music. It's thinking, what can I do with my voice and how weird can I make it sound and still control the sound of my voice when I'm doing that. And it was an amazing learning process.
I just always would just like feel it out and find whatever like the most notable sound is.
You release the whole thing, you know, you know what I mean? It's not
hard.
Usual occurrence, you know, you gotta like be patient and, you know, be confident that like what you've sort of, the overall vision is gonna kind of come to fruition at the end, you know? It's between ethereal and earth.
Music is at the heart of My Singing Monsters, and we hope that it continues to inspire your worlds of creativity just as it continues to inspire ours.
I designed the Fire Oasis Mythical Cherubble.
Hi, Bill!
Hello, I am Ultimate Creator Quinn, and I designed the Earth Island Mythical Hehehe.
I am Ultimate Creator Chris, and I designed the Water Island Mythical Anglo. Working with the monster handlers and the Big Blue Bubble team was like a dream come true. I had always looked up to you very much and was hoping that one day I could join you in your expedition to make the best games possible.
Getting to nerd out over this game with all of the people who helped make it what it is today.
One of my first ideas was like hee hee hee, but there's an H that's like hyena. One set of yours could be the sound, one set could look like a jester hat, where they're like bells on the end, maybe.
Once Cherubble dropped, it was a huge surprise to see the beast it came with, Schlep. How it was like this polar opposite of everything Cherubble was, but also fits so nicely into what it could be.
Yeah, Hehehe's Dream Mythical Weasel, it was very surprising to see, although I suppose anything that comes out of Hehehe's mind would probably be quite shocking. It was especially surprising because I believe it was the first mythical monster that's not really based on an animal, and it's very unique for Mythical Island, but it works very well. And I love that it incorporates the hearts and the clubs, the other two suits that were not included in Hehehe's design.
Meeting Pinghound was definitely a surprise for me, and it was really cool seeing how Anglo could have such a friendly buddy in the monster world in the form of Pinghound, its loyal alien pet.
It was amazing to see so many different creators, fan creators and YouTubers playing the game and seeing their reactions to my monster. I just love seeing all the fan art.
Writing music, it has been a big portion of my life since as early as I can remember. In high school, I was always really involved in the high school band. It was the one thing that I kind of enjoyed in school. One thing about music is that you learn to work together. If you're in a band, you need the bass player, the drummer, the singer, and the guitarist in order to have that cohesive whole. Or if you're playing in a symphony, you need all those other players. And so you have to learn how to be coordinated, how to respect each other's talent. So when making Tribal Island, it's kind of that extension of it. So now you need your friends to be there. You have to learn how to cooperate. And I think that's really a really major important lesson in life.
Cameras aren't rolling, right? Okay, let's try that new bit.
Ba-da-da-dum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum.
I'm Mammoth, and here's your host, Pom Pom!
Hey, Nana, hey, humans! Hi.
We sort of realize that we're all in it together and that any issues or conflicts that we have, we can solve because we're really more the same than we are different.
I love seeing the fan speculation, things like that. And like even artists who have their own, like their own idea of what it's going to be like, they've kind of taken it as a challenge to do their own. Had a lot of sketches that I kind of liked. I was kind of fond of them, but it's like, oh, it's missing this aspect. Like it doesn't quite have like the trombone aspect. It doesn't look like it would play a brass instrument. Yeah, once there was one that felt right for the instrument, the number of eyes and everything else, I think that's when I knew that, yeah, and the team knew this was what we wanted to go for.
We didn't know if it had legs, and we worked really fast-paced. We were passionate about it, but you don't always know what the rest of the world's going to feel about it. And when it kind of got traction and took off, and we were able to add more and more islands and more monsters, dream up new features, it was like always really exciting.
There's so many ideas that the team has about what sort of new experiences to bring to the player. And as it turns out, we can't create all of them for sometimes technical reasons, sometimes other design considerations. But the cool thing is to know how much more of the world is left to discover, how many more things there are left for us to work on and to introduce to the monster world.
I'm really passionate about a lot of things. The new life, we've been breathing into it for the last year. A lot of the new content that came out this last year, getting to be the voice of a bunch of the monsters, and Kana and Glowl and Dawn of Fire, and a couple other ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure if fans realize that so many of the voices are actually recorded by a lot of Big Blue Bubble team members. I'm actually the ethereal bat monster, the Grumpire. He kind of goes like, boom shakala, boom shakala, la da da, boom shakala. I think the very first monster that we got going was Furcorn, and I feel proud that it seemed to capture that kind of vibe I was after, of this cute little thing that's still kind of creepy, and you kind of feel sad for him almost, like he's empathetic and endearing, but also a little scary and creepy at the same time. And then definitely when they added the voice to Furcorn, yeah, it just kind of cemented that feeling. His like attempt to be like operatic.
There's such a diversity of monsters. They all have specific personalities and characters. It's easy to relate to some. It's easy to laugh at others and with them.
As it connects to our world, everybody here is different, but when we find those elements that connect us rather than that keep us separate or apart, we sort of realize that we're all in it together and that any issues or conflicts that we have, we can solve because we're really more the same than we are different.
I think there's this misfit appeal to the monsters where they aren't the best singers, but they kind of band together and support each other.
They're all kind of goofy and unique in their own way, and I think it's really easy to fall into their world and just want to be with them.
It truly, for me, is a marriage of nature and music, two things that seem to complement each other really well, and that I think make up some of the more appealing parts of our world. So it's great to be able to harness those and create a world that is governed by these universal and really appealing aspects.
I definitely love seeing the fan artwork and Halloween costumes and music videos and things that fans have made. That was this almost a bucket list thing I never thought of before, but seeing creatures I'd created, inspiring kids to draw, it made me think of like the whole reason I'm an artist was my fandom for things like Masters of Formers. So to kind of think that a lot of kids might be getting into drawing and creating music because inspired by My Singing Monsters I found that oddly touching. I wasn't expecting that.
I think it's really overwhelming sometimes at how many people and lives that you touch and how many people are actually playing your game and passionate about your game, and it's a part of their daily life. And I think sometimes we forget how important that is to everybody else. And we'll get a letter or see a response, and it's really overwhelming sometimes emotionally with how integrated we are to people's lives.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. You wrote a beautiful song, George.
Oh my God! Hold it, George, be careful. Oh my God. There's signs.
It's especially exciting for us when we receive fan-created content that really shows their level of understanding of the personality of the monsters and the storylines and the relationships that exist between monsters. We're so excited by it, we're so invested in the creativity that's inspired in them, and it inspires us to try and match that level of creativity in some of the work that we create to share with the fans of My Singing Monsters. Things like the story of Sprinkles and the discovery of Celestial Island, passing through the monster world sky, and all of the characters who witness this monumental event in monster history. I would say that my favorite part about working on My Singing Monsters is the chance to continue chipping away at the lore, at the story of My Singing Monsters. When the game was first launched, we had some ideas about an overarching story, some sort of saga that connects the monster world to ours, but over the years we've had a chance to flesh that out and establish connections that we didn't think that we had before. So it's always fun to see that those two universes exist together.
Oh, hey, Bill. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Oh, hi, Bill.
My Singing Monsters has been a journey for us here at Big Blue Bubble as much as it has for the players. You know, when we first put the game out, we were very proud of it, and we were very excited to see how people would react, but we had no idea that it would inspire as much devotion and interest all around the world. We're really grateful to everybody.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay, here we are in our garage. We're up to something. Not quite sure.
I do. I do. I do.
ba da.